Hello, I am Umbrenero and welcome back to Pokemon Legends ZA. This is episode 20 and today we are going to check out the museum because there's a task in there and we might as well go check out what's in the museum. So let's go and do this. Alright, well, I see where we need to go, but let's talk to them. Welcome to Lumiose Museum. Is that all you two say? We are currently hosting a special exhibition on the second floor. That map looks familiar. The Hisui region? Never heard of it. Seems the museum lends their pieces to far-off regions. It's a map of the Lumiose Museum. The grand exhibition on Hisui is on the second floor. Okay. Well, before we start really looking at the art and things in the museum, let's go talk to these two. This is not good. Definitely not good. Hey, you look like a formidable trainer. Think you could do us a little favor? See, we're really big Spupa fans, but our collection of Spupa accidentally got loose here in the museum, which is where you can lend a hand. Please find our missing Spupa. There are 12 of them in all. Please find them. Our shared love of Spupa is what allowed the two of us to find one another. But you know that Spupa spew out black powder when they feel threatened, so please don't try to battle them. We're in the museum, not a wild zone. They could ruin the art. If you just find them and approach them normally, they'll surely come back to us. As there's one behind them by the stairs. Spupa in the museum. Okay. But we're also going to look at the art while we're doing this. So, it's a twofer today. Alright, first up. They say a man of power at the time forced the artist to add the mythical Pokemon Mew to spread the word of how great he was. Yeah, okay. Alright. This painting depicts a knight-errant who continues his travels with a Pokemon, Golurk. The painting expresses the knight's identity and his suffering as its primal subjects. Okay, but that Golurk doesn't look right. It is regarded as an example of romanticism. Okay. Something about that Golurk doesn't look right. So, we'll see. Anything over here? Nope. Okay. I'm pooped, aren't you? That means we had a proper look around. Yeah. Hi. We found a Spupa sitting on the handrail as if it's trying to guide folks to the upper floor. Spew. Oh, that's one found. A city that looks like a hideaway for fairies. A huge tree stands in the center. The Pokemon gym is nestled in the tree. This work is part of a series depicting sceneries that inspired overseas artists while they were traveling in Kalos. No, we didn't look at the one on this side. This piece is the key work in the rise of the realist movement. It depicts with keen accuracy the scenery in an area near Cormarine City in Kalos. What's this one? Around the time that the Parfume Palace was built, aristocrats who served the king created unique castles in their territories. This work is highly praised as a piece that captures that period in time. Okay, that does kind of look neat. Now this one. The courtyard of the Parfume Palace, a statue that celebrates cooperation between Pokemon and people, stands in the courtyard. This work is part of a series depicting sceneries. Okay. Alright. So, you have the knight and you have Golurk. There. But, if you come over here, knight and a different Golurk. They look similar, that's for sure. But, the one does not look like a proper Golurk. Alright. Let's go over here and see. Farmers and Pokemon. What Pokemon is that? It captures the lives of Pokemon and farmers who live together with the land. It was painted about 85 years ago and is regarded as an example of naturalism. Is that supposed to be Mew? Maybe. It lives on forever in art, in essence, captured in paint. A depiction of the fruit Pokemon Serena and the scarecrow Pokemon Cacturne. Some have chosen to explore the figures of Pokemon, so different than humans, in order to better understand their anatomy and to explore the nature of their hearts and minds. Okay, let's see, did that one. Let's do this one. Pokemon sharing a moment together, centered around Gothitelle. Many artists have displayed curiosity about how Pokemon would relate to each other in the absence of humans. Well, you have Poltegeist, Sinistea, Gossifleur in the background hanging out. So, it's kind of neat. You can find fossils in the Glittering Cave sometimes. It's a dark and narrow cave. The source of its eerie light is a plant called luminous moss. Okay. Diancie. A painting of the mythical Pokemon Diancie. The artist boldly eschews painting a background altogether, keeping the focus solely on Diancie. Thus, we can feel the artist's desire to emphasize that the subject transcends eras and trends. This piece was long believed to have been a portrait of a king from 3,000 years ago, painted by an artist who lived after his time. However, recent research has lent support to the theory that this painting in fact depicts a descendant of the king's younger brother. From this, we can surmise that this royal line maintained a degree of power through the ages. Okay. I remember that Lucario statue from the Tower of Mastery. The Tower of Mastery stands to the north of Chaleur City. Two strange stones were once discovered in this area, which are now thought to have been the first known Mega Stone and Keystone. That is a flashback to Gen 6, to X and Y. If only they would give us rollerblades like they had then. I would enjoy that. Only the chosen may climb the Tower of Mastery. It also requires skill with roller skates to reach the top floor. One must have complete mastery of their own body to become a Mega Evolution user. I hear Spupas. The giant Mega Lucario statue that stands within the Tower of Mastery. In order to directly view its face, one must climb to the second floor of the tower. Within the base of the statue is a room that only successors or related personnel can enter. Yeah. Huh. Hey, it's Spupa. A lost Spupa tucked away in a cozy hidden corner. Yep. Go back to your family. Okay. This is a replica of the Mega Lucario statue in the Tower of Mastery. The original statue was created to commemorate the fact that Lucario was the first Pokemon to ever Mega Evolve in the Kalos region. Okay. We'll talk to the kids in a second. A shining stone that emitted great warmth was discovered. The Tower of Mastery was then built to house and protect the stone. To this day, the successor of Mega Evolution carries on the legend of the mysterious stone. Okay. It is said that one only gains their Mega Ring after defeating the successor up to Mega Evolution in a battle atop the Tower of Mastery. No, that's not how it is here in Lumiose. Lucario was the first Pokemon to ever be Mega Evolved in the Kalos region, right? That's one big Lucario. Maybe it's an alpha. I wouldn't say that. But let's head up to the second floor. Hello, is anyone back here? No. Okay. Hisui, the Grand Exhibition. The lands once known as Hisui reveal how humans and Pokemon came to live in harmony. With the help of various museums and collectors, we bring you all the relics and some replicas that we can from this fascinating place and time. We hope you'll come away from this exhibit with a sense of the daily life and customs of Hisui. Oh, it looks like we're revisiting Hisui. Alright, first things first, don't see anyone hanging out there. And then I think the most obvious thing is... that's a Spupa. We found a lost Spupa looking quite dapper with the armor of the Galaxy Team's commander. Spew. Okay. Now can we actually appreciate what's here? The commander's armor. A suit of armor worn in battle by Kamado, the first commander of the Galaxy Expedition Team. It is said to have come from the Galar region, and bears a strong resemblance to the armor worn by Wickstrom, an Elite Four member of the Kalos region Pokemon League. When contacted for comment, Wickstrom said it was possible this armor was one of several suits his ancestors gave to Galarians. However, it is difficult to verify such claims given relations between Kalos and Galar during the era. Okay. Oh yeah, there was the drama between them, so. Galaxy Expedition Team Flag. One story claims that this flag was meant to show that the Galaxy Team was made up of people from different regions, and so its design incorporates various elements including Galarian letters. However, the truth of this tale remains unknown. The flag itself seems to have been made using threads from Pokemon. Venerated portraits. Portraits said to have been displayed by the Pearl Clan and Diamond Clan. The individuals depicted within them are said to have represented the sun, sea, and land, but nothing concrete is known about their identities. Okay. Yeah. What, is this like Maxie and Archie and then... oh, what is his name? Maybe. see. Oh, there's a spupa. We found a lost spupa that's doing a fine job modeling the haircut on display. Okay. Well, the spupa's having fun. At least they're not destroying anything. Now to actually investigate this. Hairstyles of the time. Displayed here are hairstyles that said to have been available at the hairdresser in Jubilife, the early settlement home to the Galaxy Expedition team. It is also said that changing one's hair color was possible at this establishment. Okay, so that's the same thing. Okay. They must have reconstructed this based on contemporary records. Kimono. Recreation of a kimono worn by Kamado, first commander of the Galaxy Expedition team. The kimono uses many different types of thread and is ornately decorated, showing that much effort was put into its creation. Thus, it is assumed the kimono was quite costly, but it is unknown whether Kamado acquired it himself or if it was given to him as a gift. The pattern provides evidence that gold duck could be found at the time the cloth was embroidered. Yeah, gold ducks and Psyducks were available around that time. They were not fun to fight against, but they were available. They used to make their Pokeballs by hand? Yeah. Pokeballs of the Hisui region. People of the time crafted their own Pokeballs using apricorns and the mineral tumblestone. Many varieties are said to have been crafted, each displaying different properties depending on what materials were used. Crafting one's own Pokeballs was in the modern age would be a true labor of love, given the difficulty. Sketches drawn by Professor Laventon. His original Pokédex was long assumed to be lost until a partial facsimile was found in the shed of a private house in the Sinnoh region. This discovery has helped advance the studies of Professor Laventon and the Pokédex he created. His work has been re-evaluated in recent years, with particular appreciation for his accurate sketches of Pokemon and his gift for capturing Pokemon's quirks within his skillful descriptions. It is said that his Pokédex was not in fact completed by Laventon himself, but by a mysterious 15-year-old youth who appeared out of nowhere one day. So that confirms in Legends Arceus we were 15. Okay, so that explains a lot. But you have an Abra, Landscape, Roselia, Kricketot, Starly, Shanks, Pikachu, Kyurem. Okay. It seems that old survey work really led to people and Pokemon better understanding one another. Hisui is an ancient name for a distant region. The people there greatly feared Pokemon. Yeah? Well, we're gonna go see these Spupa quick, and then we'll look at everything. We found a lost Spupa that seems to think it was the partner of a Survey Corps member. Spupa pose. Alright, there's 7 more to find. That looks as though it's running the old general store. Yeah, you're not a storekeeper. There's one over here, I believe. Spupa that looks as if it's been newly crafted on the crafting bench. Alright, now let's actually appreciate what is right here. So, let's start on the wall. House interior. Here is the interior of a standard house in the early settlement of Jubilife. Though sparsely furnished, it contains everything needed for fieldwork and daily life, including hardy clothing, sandals, and boots. Some houses also contained items the residents brought with them from their home regions. Shop interiors. Above is shown the interior of the hairdresser, while below is the interior of the clothier. While life in Hisui is often regarded as one of scarcity, residents were able to live in relative comfort by befriending Pokemon, as well as by using gathered materials to craft items. The hairdresser also seemed to host salons, with some residents gathering to play a game known as Go at the establishment. The training grounds. A space where Galaxy Expedition team members honed their skills for battling using Pokemon they had caught. It was worth noting that wild Pokemon were still regarded as terrifying creatures at this time. There are records of a man named Ingo providing guidance in the ways of Pokemon battle, but it is said that he simply vanished one day after stating, "It is time for me to return." So Ingo got to go home. He got to go back to Unova. Well, at least he wasn't stuck there the whole time. He did get to go home. Model reproduction of the general store. The general store is believed to have played a central role in providing supplies to the settlers. There are records of other enterprises as well, such as a clothier and a photography studio. Nothing mentioned about the one place. The one that Volo worked for. Life around Jubilife. Within the settlement of Jubilife, fields were established to grow crops. Beyond its walls was the beach where settlers first came ashore. As more Pokemon were surveyed and the area was developed, so too did the population grow. It is said that the Pokemon they befriended also helped with various tasks, such as farming. Okay, so same thing. Okay. Apparently all this stuff is either borrowed or modern replicas. Okay. Survey Corps uniform. This uniform remained undamaged even when its wearer rolled over rough terrain to dodge attacks from wild Pokemon. It could withstand both heat and cold, and is said to have even withstood Pokemon moves. Remarkably, the white kerchief was believed to never slip off, no matter how the wearer moved. The red cap is also believed to stay. I believe I took those off when I played. Crafting bench. A bench where the Galaxy Expedition team members would craft Pokeballs and other necessities, using materials they had gathered. Crafting benches were set up in various locations, but there were also portable crafting kits that could be utilized wherever the user might be. Survey Corps Satchel. The satchel was supplied to members of the Galaxy Team Survey Corps. Should a Survey Corps member be knocked out while conducting a survey, the Survey Corps would rescue them and retrieve their satchel. Tales remain of a Galaxy Expedition team member who boasted that he could increase the capacity of satchels so they could hold more items. Yeah, there was the one guy. Potato mochi! Food prepared in Hisui by cooking sootfoot roots, which could be harvested in Hisui at the time. A recipe has even been found in writings from the period. Sootfoot, humble root, harvest it and peel it. Broiled, baked, or steamed will do, just let nobody steal it. Mash the root, then knead the mash, then once more heat it over. Grill it only till it browns, use ember, not flamethrower. Now hearken well and listen closely, the wise adore potato mochi. Okay, so there's that. Hisui region map number 1. Okay, so it's really zoomed in. This map depicts the area around the settlement of Jubilife, based Base of the Galaxy Expedition Team. Many children can be seen, perhaps indicating that fear of Pokemon had lessened and life had stabilized by this time. Okay. Hisui Region Map number 2. This map depicts the Coronet Highlands, as well as the Crimson Mirelands and Lake Valor. Though very different from the modern Sinnoh region, the geography itself is accurately shown. It is believed that the surveyor viewed the area from above while riding upon a flying Pokemon. You know, that would make sense. And let's see. You found a lost Spupa that's just chilling out on the sofa. Yep, go back to your owners. Oh, I think that's all like the power plant, like history stuff. I'll look at you quick. Because you're not a Pokeball. Send you back over to your family. And we'll look at the balls here in a minute. Let's look at you. Pretending to be a great big monster attacking Lumio City. Spupa! Oh boy. I don't think I missed any. I wonder if anyone's working on any new kinds of Pokeballs. Replicas of the various Pokeballs in use today. Yeah. So, it's nice being able to actually see all of the various balls in one place. This factory makes Pokeballs and ships them all over the Kalos region. This painting is it's part of a series. Sheesh, I didn't even realize there were this many different kinds of Pokeballs. Yeah, there's a lot of them. No wonder some people start getting particular about which ball they use for each Pokemon. Yeah, I'm glad I am not that way. I'll use whatever ball I happen to grab. Except for Master Ball, I try to save those. Alright, talk to the kids. A whole Lumio City made out of holotech? This is the coolest thing ever. Prism Tower really is kinda ginormous, huh? It's a 3-dimensional map of Lumio City, created using holotech. Like, it's pretty accurate, too, if you think about it. Because just looking, it's like, I kind of know where this is. But being directionally challenged, it's still, hopefully that's what I'm thinking of. It's a whole series of paintings of flower plants in Kalos. Someone truly loved them, no? Okay. Uses heat from the ground to generate electricity. That looks like tornadoes and wind generators. Gathers sunlight in space in order to generate. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. This plant uses gas from composting waste to generate. Okay. So that one is the same as the one next to it? Oh yeah, just a different angle. This power plant uses fire. Yeah, that looks like a lot of fire. Okay. So there's that. Let's start heading downstairs. Hi. Looking quite comfy in the cozy space between these sofas. Yep, gotta go home. Wait, there's one left? Alright, well, we've looked at everything here. Now it's just time to double check. And that's 11. Luckily, you can hear them. Nope, no one's hiding back there. Nothing's up there. We got the one that was back here. Let's look up here again. Oh, we missed a section. Temple of Sinnoh, an artist's rendition of what the ruins known as the Spear Pillar would look like if restored. It is said that these ruins once housed 10 statues depicting Pokemon known as lords or ladies. However, the temple was severely damaged due to a battle between legendary Pokemon, with the statues also being destroyed. Records show that the name Spear Pillar was coined by the Survey Corps of the time. I was told the person... I'm not talking to you yet. This. The Ancient Quarry. As its name would suggest, this cave was used in ancient times as a stone quarry. The clean cuts on the rock surfaces are signs of advanced techniques or possibly skilled command of Pokemon. Either way, the results are impressive even in this modern age. I was told that the person who wore this outfit donated it to the collection personally. Apparently, he gazed at it a while at those sketches by Professor Laventon with this nostalgic air too. Formal attire. This outfit is said to have been worn by the ancient Sinnoh people during their rituals. This group worshipped the Pokemon Arceus as an almighty deity. It is thought that they showed their respect by mimicking Arceus' appearance, even reflected in the way that they styled their hair. Volo's alive. Oh no. I do not want to deal with Volo again. So Volo personally donated this. Oh no. Oh no. Dialga and Palkia are legendary Pokemon in the Sinnoh region. They say these Pokemon control time and space even now. Almighty Sinnoh. This is Palkia, who the Pearl Clan believed was Almighty Sinnoh, and Dialga, who the Diamond Clan thought was the Almighty Sinnoh. And you. Poring over ancient Sinnohan glyphs. Pupa. Alright, well, we found all 12. Deal with them in a second. Alright, we're gonna deal with them now, I guess. Thank you for finding all our Spupa for us. They're so precious to us. We'd better do one last head count before we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13? What? Where'd the 13th one come from? I don't know, but we can only take 12 of them between the two of us. I suppose the best solution would be to have this kind trainer take this fellow off our hands. We can't leave it here alone. It might damage the art and end up in real trouble. We simply can't thank you enough for helping us find our precious Spupa. Well, you could let it just follow you guys in the wild. Like, just have it tag along and not put it in a Pokeball or something like that. But we have one thing to look at yet here. The glyphs. Ancient Sinnoh hieroglyphs. These hieroglyphs were used in ancient Sinnoh and are said to depict both common Pokemon and those that were objects of worship. Each glyph held multiple meanings, and they could be combined to create whole sentences. Okay. I am not going to go into trying to figure it all out. But no, that scares me slightly that there's a chance Volo is still alive somewhere in the world. That's just scary. But we're gonna wrap up this episode here because we are done in the museum. We did our side mission here. And we got to do some history learning. So, thanks for watching, and until next time, I am Umbrenero. Bye!